What is going on, YouTube? My name is Love13. I'm your coach for Kansas City Nidokings. I kept grabbing my headphone cord. And here we have our DBL Season 3 Week 17 prep versus Cloysters and the Chicago Cloysters. So if you remember last season, the Cloysters were founded by Josh, who is my buddy. He had to leave midway through the season, so Cole is his replacement. Don't know if he was assistant coach or if he was just, he just got the job or whatever. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to be going over the team that I built for his team, and I feel like it did a pretty good job. I'm actually not in the typical place I used to be, but he's got a pretty good team of Mega Scizor, Infernape, Latios, Slowbro, Aerodactyl, Gardevoir, Nidoqueen, Magneton, Trevenant, Yanmega, and Rhydon. So, the team that I built here, I feel works really, really nicely against it. So, starting off, we have, oddly enough, Joshy the Swampert with leftovers, Earthquake, Waterfall, Ice Punch, and Stealth Rock. So, with this moveset, nothing on his team can take not very effective damage. So this hits everything on his team for at least neutral, which is really nice, because Earthquake will hit everything except for that Latios and the Yanmega. So, in the Aerodactyl, excuse me. So that's pretty nice. Waterfall hits everything on his team and hits several Pokemon very, very hard. Ice Punch is mainly for the Trevenant, because the Trevenant is the biggest scare to Josh here, and as well as for that Latios. With Levitate, it doesn't get affected by E-Quake, so... and then Stealth Rocks if I can get up rocks, because chip damage is good. Yanmega takes 50%, Aerodactyl takes 25%, and I believe that's it. We are rocking max HP with 196 and special defense 60 and attack with a calm or careful nature. I needed a special wall on this team, even though Chansey's pretty good as a special wall. I decided that I wanted to bring a especially bulky Swampert as well to this, because Trevenants are typically physical as well. So if I can be like, you know, the Pokemon like the Gardevoir can get Energy Balls or Magical Leaf. I don't know what it runs, but anyways, pretty good stuff. Next up we have Rem the Azelf. So if you don't know what the name Rem is from, go watch RE0. It's an incredible anime. I basically just finished, I watched the entire series pretty much in the last 2 days. Just realized that. Dang. Anyways, it's incredible, and I love it so much. We're rocking Choice Specs, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Psychic, and Shadow Ball. Once again, this moveset works really nicely on his team. The only Pokemon that can outspeed me would be an Aerodactyl, barring any Choice Scarfers. So I'm not really too worried, because I know that Aerodactyl cannot one-shot me. Now, Thunderbolt would do a hell of a lot of damage. Psychic would do a hell of a lot of damage. I don't know. I mean, Thunderbolt would do more because it's super effective in this situation. I think it would probably one-shot it because Aerodactyl's kind of a paper-thin Pokemon. But, yeah, we're rocking max special attack, max speed, timid nature with 4 in special defense. Pretty typical set. I don't know if we're going to be doing level 50 or 100. He's not yet replied to me. We're battling in a couple hours, so, you know, it'll be okay. And, pretty much, yes. So, Thunderbolt for the Slowbro, it hits everything, actually, for at least neutral, except for the Nidoqueen, Magneton, Trevenant, and Rhydon. So, and the Latios. Flamethrower, pretty much for the Trevenant and the Mega Scizor. If I get this thing in on the Mega Scizor will go down in one shot. Psychic is just a good all-around move. Nothing, obviously, is immune to it. He does not have a Dark type. He does have a couple resistances in Mega Scizor and Latios, excuse me, Slowbro and Gardevoir, and Magneton. I always forget Magneton, I don't know why, but, you know, still, Psychic will do quite a lot of damage to those. And Flamethrower, I didn't mention, will be really good for that Magneton as well, because it's most likely going to be rocking Eviolite if he even brings it. And then Shadow Ball for Pokemon like the Latios, Slowbro, and Gardevoir that resist, and the Magneton that resist moves like Psychic. So, pretty simple stuff. Next up, we have Ravager. Once again, I was thinking at the start of this that Ravager would not be very good, and I decided it really was one of the best choices that I had to bring this week, so I ended up bringing Ravager, because Ravager's a man, team captain, revving him every day. Anyways, we are rocking Return, X-Scissor, Earthquake, and Quick Attack. So a little bit different than normal, because of that X-Scissor, but he's got a couple of big bug weaknesses, and Latios and Slowbro. Gardevoir takes neutral from it. Bug is just kind of a decent move to have, just because of its stab, and it hits a good amount of his Pokemon for super effective damage. Return, because it's, I think, the most powerful, well, actually, Thrash is more powerful, but a pretty darn powerful flying type move in it. I think he has 1 resistance to it. Actually, excuse me, 3. I was forgetting about Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl doesn't want to take it anyway, but Rhydon and Magneton are his big strengths against that. Earthquake, because once again, Earthquake hits everything barring the Aerodactyl, Latios, and the Yanmega for at least neutral damage. Well, actually, yeah, it hits everything for at least neutral damage, so it's really, really nice. Actually, except for the Trevenant, but still, I have return for that. And then Quick Attack for priority, just in case, like, I would obviously outspeed the Mega Caesar, because it's got a much lower base speed stat than me, and Quick Attack would outspeed Bullet Punch. So, pretty cool stuff. We're rocking Max Attack, Max Speed with a Jolly Nature and 4 Special Defense, what I typically run. Next up, we have Amelia the Sigilif, our new addition to the team. So if you did not know, Jad wanted to get a Sticky Weber, which is now Leaveney, is what he got. So, basically, he dropped, I think it was Tyrantrum for Sigilif, because I really actually wanted Sigilif, because I just really wanted Sigilif, and so we traded. I gave him Cradily, he dropped Cradily for Leaveney, and I picked up Sigilif here. We're rocking a Scarf Sigilif here with Tinted Lens, Air Slash, Ice Beam, Psychic, and Shadow Ball. And the name Amelia is also from the new, from RE0. Rocking a pretty offensive set just for, like, once again, every move with this moveset, nothing on his team takes, not very effective damage from it. Tinted Lens, if you don't know what it does, is it makes the power of not super effective hits equal to that of neutral hits. So, basically doubling the damage that Air Slash would do to Rhydon or Magneton, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, we're rocking a Scarf set, even though this thing's got base 97 speed, which is pretty nice. Actually, I want to see what outspeeds it, besides the Aerodactyl. Okay, Infernape outspeeds, I mean, even still, Infernape's not even that big of a deal, because Gardevoir is 80, and Yanmega doesn't really want to take a hit from this thing. I may not even need to run Specs. I may be able to, or Scarf, I may be able to just run Life Orb, and be able to switch up my moves, which would be very nice. But we're rocking Max Special Attack, Max Speed, 4 in Special Defense with a Timid Nature, as per typical my special sleepers are. Ice Beam, it works really good against the Latios, sorry about that. The Aerodactyl, the Nidoqueen, the Trevenant, the Yanmega, the Rhydon, so Ice really works nicely against this team. That's also why I put Ice Punch on Josh. We got Psychic because it's a nice stab move, and obviously, once again, he only has those 4 resistances to it. And then Shadow Ball, because Shadow Ball actually hits most of those resistances for super effective damage, which is pretty nice. And then even still, Psychic will do a decent amount to the Pokemon that resist Psychic because of Tinted Lens. So, I decided to run that rather than Magic Guard, because he doesn't have too many... Like, Stealth Rocks aren't too intimidating for this team, except for Ravager, obviously. But I don't have a Defogger, I only have a Rapid Spinner. Next up, we have Camilla the Haxorus, one of my favorite Pokemon. If you do not know, I love Haxorus so much, but name it after Kami-sama Camilla. We're rocking a Scarf set with Earthquake, Outrage, Shadow Claw, and Rock Slide. So, Earthquake hits everything on his team except for the Aerodactyl and the Yanmega because of the Mold Breaker, so it'll hit the Latios, which is pretty nice. Outrage, because I realized Outrage would have been better last week than Dragon Claw, because Outrage does a lot more damage. Might as well do that, because he only has 2 resistances to it, which is pretty nice. Actually, he's got the immunity in Gardevoir, but so he's got 3. Shadow Claw, because it hits the Pokemon that are resistant and neutral to it, and immune to it, so that works really nicely. And then Rock Slide, just for GP. I didn't really know what else I wanted to put on it. I didn't need to put anything else on it. It doesn't get Stone Edge, so Rock Slide, we're just gonna go with it. God dang it, I keep smacking my mic. I'm so sorry. We're rocking Max Attack, Max Speed with a Jolly Nature, 4 in a Special Defense, and I'm really sorry for punching my mic over and over again. Whew. I'm just trying to go through this kind of quickly. And then, finally, we have Ram the Chansey. Ram is also another character from the new games. Ram and Rem are sisters. I'm just going to say that. We're rocking Eviolite, Soft Wild, Stealth Rocks, Heal Belt, and Seismic Toss. Pretty typical set. Counter didn't really work in our favor last week, so I decided we're going to run a bulky Chansey because nothing on his team really scares this thing. Obviously, Infernape will do a lot of damage with a close combat. I'm not sure if Infernape can one-shot me with the close combat because of its... Chansey's incredible HP stat with the bold nature, and I mean, it's just... Chansey, I think, could be really useful and soaking up hits for us, which would be really, really nice. I mean, obviously, he only has that one Pokemon that can hit for super effective damage, at least on the physical side. As far as I know, pretty typical Chansey set, just to be a nice physical wall. Almost max HP, 8 in special defense with 252 with a bold nature in defense. So, that is actually the team we're going to be bringing, and I'm thinking it should work out nicely. He is currently 2-4, and I didn't mention this at the beginning because I wanted to make sure I had my thoughts all straight for the team prep, but we are only actually one game out of the playoff race. If we win our next match by 3, then we will be ahead of Ariadon. Actually, if we win our match at all, we will be technically 4th in our division's playoff race. So I'm still in the thick of things. It's been just over half the season, and we're still in the thick of things. We could easily still make it to playoffs. A win this week would be really, really nice for us because it boosts us to 4-3. So anyways, guys, that is our team prep for our battle. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, likes is appreciated. I will leave the links to the DBL Twitter and Cole's channel if he has one, or his Twitter down there if he doesn't have a channel. So pretty cool stuff. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, likes is appreciated. Make sure to subscribe for more, and let's go Nidokings.
Give me my spot on that throne. They didn't want me to grow. They didn't know I would make all of them grow. I did it all on my own. Man, what was you when I was trapped in my zone? Never had nothing to own. Now it's all good. All of that frontin' is gone. I'm out here stunning for show. Bitch, I'm a pro. Same man, ain't shit change. Except all the money that I make, the honeys that I take. I can tell a dummy from a snake. Looking at me funny, what you ain't. Can't stomach how you fake.